Welcome to our podcast. Myself Riddhi Poddar. Today's topic is cloud storage models, and guest name is Sakshi Wagmare.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, let's start. First, let's start with the block storage. Give us the absolute fundamentals. What it is.
Block storage is the closest thing a raw drive you can get in the cloud. Cloud provided of the physical disk, whether the spinning rest is an SSD into the fixed size called the block. Typical regime for the 512 bits to the 4 KB each. Our virtual machine sees this block as raw block device. Something like the vision on the Linux and Dex Windows, the operating system format that device with file system and the training it make normal local disk.
So, the storage system itself has absolutely no concept of filters or folders.
Exactly right. Block storage is done by designing, and that the points it know nothing about the which storage is to block, and it just read wireless and byte sequence at the specific address location. That apparent ignorance is actually the source of the power. This almost zero over the nothing pricing of the non-directly traversal no, and the OS file layer handle all the incident directly. Read and the file permission at times generally include the tables. Block storage does not about any that.
Give us a real world analog that sticks.
Yes, yes. I always use block storage in the like blank USB drive the plug it directly into the our computer motherboard as an internal connection. Your OS in it disk D it format it put like file it does not whatever it want, and the USB drive does not care it just read and the wireless bytes and at address location. The OS, the intelligent layer bytes meaning on the top, and the drive is just the fast dump byte source.
In AWS, this is Elastic Block Store. Azure has managed disk. GCP has persist disk. What are the actual performance characteristics and numbers?
Block storage is the faster option of the three for the random read write workload. We are talking about the millisecond length, often 0.1 ms to the 1 ms end of to the end. If we running in the relation database like Postgres, SQL, MySQL, or block storage, essential non-negatable database constantly update individual record, which means randomly write in the appreciate bytes of or within files. They need to do thousands of the time per second. That requirement absolute means possible like possible files or object storage will be low for this and virtual latent immediately.
What about limitations? Block storage is universal answer.
Two major limitation for the first attached to the single machine at a time, and EBS volume amounts on the EC2 inside there are the multiple attack model, but it is the required culture of our file system and is not for the general use. You cannot just launch the EBS volume on the 20 different service and have the all write it to the concurrently that not for the second capacity is manually provided. You can view the 1 TB You get 1 TB, it does not grow automatically. When you fill up, you have to monitor usage, precise volume, potentially like downtime, and the cost of per GB is significantly higher than the object storage.
Uh, so, what are the use cases where block storage is the right answer?
The big ones is relation database is MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server. No SQL database that need low latency. OS push volume for the virtual machine. Virtual machine disk image translation workload with lots of random input, and any application that user file system level looking model, basically anything that talk of the OS like local disk, and need it to be the fast. And block storage is dumply by designing and ignorance in the storage of the power. No metadata over the no directly travels, just raw bytes at the address location.
Uh, what is file storage?
File storage is the operation of the file storage abstract level. The historical tree like and direction indicate that what we can see on the laptop in the contention, and the file is the server over the network via network file system or the SDN server message block protocol, allowing multiple machines to the amounts of the simultaneously access the share directly tree thing to the cooperated and share the network drive. Everyone map drive Z and see the some folders.
Now let's talk file storage. This is the one most people are familiar with. It looks like folders and files, but in the cloud context, there is much more going on.
Right, the file storage operation is the file system level, which means the abstracts your work in the tree file and the direction, exactly like your laptop folders and the window. Explore your get path like data report and CVS. You get the permission like 755 reading only. You get the standard path file system in the server over the network protocol like an NFC network file system, and simultaneously each machine amongst the remote and share it if it is where local disk.
So multiple service can read and write to the same directory tree at the same time. That's the key difference from block.
That exactly like killer feature Navy to share multiple machine access. They all provided this. You create a file system and you must mount it on the 10 different EC2 instances simultaneously. All the 10 read and write. It is perfectly normal local folder. The understanding the system handles looking the consistent currently accessed, all the all of that abstract way away from the application. You app must just use to standard file input system called as open, read, and write and closure.
Walk me through the classic use case that file storage was made for.
There is example is share application contained in the horizontal shell fleet. Image is the translation web application that run across the 20 application server behind the local balancer. User is upload file, provided image, documents, and profile photo. You do not want to stand this cross it 20 servers initially. You do not want to separate the file system. You can one sure of the truth of uh, trust of that all the 20 servers she simultaneously mount EFC. and all the 20 index done user uploaded a file server. This was the translation solution before the people learn and put everything in the app to under server via CD. And
What about performance characteristics compared to block?
file storage is majorly slowed down the blockchain because input operation include the network round trip to the file server. Instead of the sub million second, you look at the sign single digit to the low tens and the million second for the most of NFC operation. This that is absolutely fine for the sequence reading and writing, streaming the large files and the long batches processing containing the responsible media workflow, but it is a terminal for the database child randomly input never run in the translation database. EFT, you will see the performance degradation and the potentially data completed if it is the data if the database does not handle NFC currently.
EFS has some interesting scaling characteristics that people don't always know about. Tell us.
EFT is quickly clever scanning models, unlike storage where the provisional is the best. Provisional is the fixed size. EFS automatically scale up down with usage and literally just store the data and understanding the capacity growing sheet. You pay only for the what you see, it is has been varnished to up mode, which is a smaller file and 16 grade credit plus performance and provided to the model, where we are specifically exactly how many MB you need to regret for the storage size, and there is the intelligent training data you have not accessed in the 30 that get atomically moved to the chapter infrequently achieve the storage. The cost of the model is more than the blockage, but be economical and at scale.
What is object storage?
Object storage is abnormal file containing data is just stored discrete unit and called option. Each object is constant of the data playout and the bytes of the initial global unique and the starting name, and there is no direction folder, no path travel shells. I check for the activity rest and API put to the upload get and to the down delete and to the remove on the earth activity.
Now, the one that I think is most misunderstood and also most powerful object storage, S3, Google Cloud Storage. They walk us through what makes this fundamentally different from the other two.
Object storage maker Object storage make radical dictature it through the away from the file system abstracts intensity. There are no folder, no directly tree, no traditional file path. Instead of you store descript until the call object. Each object has three components: actual data that could be filter anything, an image and a video file, and the documents, and sequential trained by ML model binary, and loads of the bytes up to the 5 TB per object in S3. Globally unique key is essentially a name or the editor within the bucket, and the meta data is a sequential key value where you can attach the object that is the entire model key map to the data and plus metadata.
So when I see what look like path like keys in S3, like photos, uh, that's not actually a real folder path.
Correct. And this is the trip of almost everyone that enter the string just a key. A flat of the three indicator identifier the class character has no hierarchical or the structural meaning to the S3. Whatever it is a purely naming convention that humans adapt become brains and think it turn folder. S3 exports the concept in the API that simultaneously directly listening, so you can say the list of the object who holds a key chat with photos result look like directly listening, but there are the no actual direction. There is no actual directly listening, but it is the no actual directly. There are the no sales and though there is no namespace for the key value pairs and the massive distribution sales.
And the access model is completely different too, right? You mentioned the HTTP REST.
Yes, the access of the model part biggest architecture shift blockage and the file storage both required you want the storage OS you need to the driver network for the connection mount people level support the object of the storage is accessed via plans. Acceptive REST is API you don't have acceptive put within the object data in body to update and the acceptive get within the key download. Unaccepted deleted and to the remove any application in any program language. Python to Go and the rest Java C++ on any machine anywhere on the earth can be talked to the street. It is just network and the valid creditation, no mounts and no invention and the mobile app update and directly browser download directly that all the same API.
That HTTP model is massive. It removes the OS as a prerequisite.
Exactly why the object is the backbone to the model notifies and the stores every videos on the object storage Spotify inside the audio object storage and the Instagram photo drop user document and the sale of uniquely unlimited from the user person. AWS does not tell you the bank is to you just to keep the storing individually at three and have to be observe the storing exactly of the data it handle it and the inference that we have incomplete event that 200 years ago.
What about the metadata capabilities? You mentioned the custom key value pairs. How does the change what you can build?
This is this is unrepeated in the block or the file storage metadata is exactly limited. You get and the name child time shape owner the permission that it is the object storage you can be attached any customized metadata in the every single object for a photo and camera model GPS conversion event tag name and the photography process photography process containing uh, videos and the format and the processing AI interactive labels. And this is the sequence which is the sequence like S3 selecting the purpose byte metabase index for the byte containment management workload within the separate database for the basic access and the categorization.
What are the fundamentals limitations that people need to understand about object storage?
The biggest architecture of the limitation you cannot be partial object any in the block storage. I can keep the byte of um, a file is 512 bytes only the region. This change is in the object. If it is updated anything, I must be update entire of object sacrifice. So it is the 1 GB video need to be updated to 200 bytes metabase recorded immediately. You upload to the 10 GB and make it the object and the fundamental. There are the anything that this make object storage fundamentally unacceptable for the work and requirement random wireless database virtually increment in the place uh, for the update. Thank you for this opportunity to give me.
Okay, welcome.